Alright guys, welcome to another episode of Legion Minds in Motion. Welcome to my podcast series where I talk to local entrepreneurs about the good, the bad, the ugly. In this series I call Sunset Views and Interviews. Enjoy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Legion Mind in Motion, and today we have a very special guest. But before he introduces himself, let me introduce myself. My name is Pollo Goodings, and please remember to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. So, special guest, please introduce yourself.
Full government?
No, it's up, whatever you want to do.
No, man. So my name is Akeem McIntosh. Entrepreneur, singer, creative, everything in one.
What? Man, many talents.
Man, have too many talents in some.
Too many.
People try and put me in office for what reason?
I hear the Senate talking. I know. You beat me to it.
Because I know it was going to come up. So I just got put it out there before you do.
Oh, okay. Try to ease the blow. Talking like a real politician, we said. Spoken like a true politician.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, man. I had to have you people of your stature.
My stature?
Yeah.
People, you know.
No. You probably small in size, but
Hey, when that big thing come in small packages.
I know that with you. Oh man!
Okay.
So I see you sipping a drink. How the drink taste? What does it remind you of?
Listen, me myself like I almost thought I was sipping a brown soda. They said take me back to
Elena, man, brown soda. It was one of the best sodas ever created by man. Caribbean soda, right? This is strictly local, right? Strictly local. So today we have Akeem McIntosh, and what business do you do? For the people that don't know, which one we talking about today? Let's talk about a few of them. That's all right.
Okay, so the business that I operate, I produce and sell Vibez natural products, which are a collection of natural skincare, body care products that I produce.
Nice.
With my own two hands.
Wow.
And, sell and it make you look good, feel good, and heal good. And me mean to brag, but I've been so surprised to see how much these products have actually helped people in so many ways that were really unexpected. I have people actually coming and teaching me about how my product actually work for them.
Wow. Humbling experience.
If you're curious, you could check me out, Vibez Natural and Facebook.
We gonna have all those links in the description. Trust me, we are about promoting the entrepreneurs. You have some people that are part-time entrepreneurs, and there's no shame in the game. We all need that financial help, that aid at times, because we know the struggles. So now that leads me to the next question. So that one, this is you are a full-time entrepreneur. You took the leap of faith like myself.
And to be honest with you, I could say it's a leap of faith. But at the same time, I would say like I was given a lot of evidence to have more confidence than just faith. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, before you get into that, right? Was this what you initially wanted to be when you were growing up?
No. I remember when I always think back, right? When I was in 5th grade, my teacher, everybody that has
that moment,
where you have to write what it is that you want to be when you grow
up. Or when you
see
yourself in.
Exactly. And 3 things. I wanted to be either a basketball player, a rapper, or a singer.
Right.
And I mean, I sing now.
So but 1 out of 3 ain't bad.
You check.
1 out of 3.
You check it back in 33%.
I go that.
But no, I did, to answer your question. No, I never thought I would have been making body butter. But what I would say is interesting how things are kind of work out in a divine kind of way, and you don't realize. I was one of them children that had like a raisin foot. You check? So I grew up actually using cocoa butter. I grew up using Palmer's cocoa butter.
Okay.
And I mean, I didn't make this because of that. Honestly.
No.
But it's just interesting how like it play out that I grew up using body butter.
Right.
And here it is.
And now you sell it for living.
Yeah. you know.
Partial living.
Yeah,
So we
no,
can
right now is a full living.
full living.
I mean, I do other
I
things
mean,
on
well,
the
that's why I
side,
say
you know what I mean?
partially.
But yeah, this is the main thing. That's the main thing.
Because most people think that, well, not all the time most entrepreneurs are fortunate to survive off of one income.
Mm-hmm.
There's a saying where most millionaires have several streams of income,
Mm-hmm.
and that's exactly what is going on with you right now, right?
Yeah.
I know we ain't there yet, but we are identified as millionaires. We want to be we're not gonna get in that level.
No. We don't claim it. We don't claim it. We don't claim it. We is millionaires. We walking into that $1 million just now.
Speaking to the existence, the
You check?
universe, hear us.
You check?
Yeah. I like that. So you born and raised in St. Croix?
Born and raised in St. Croix.
Which part of the island you from?
I from the east side, man. I grew up in Peter's Rest.
Yeah.
Farm Peter's Rest, Castle Coakley, and Asop. That was my stamping ground.
All around there. Okay. So Vibez Natural. How long has Vibez Natural been in existence?
Well, I started making products in 2017. And I mean, I was making it from 2017, but like I didn't really start pushing strong until 2021. You know.
Why so?
Well, just out of my own apprehension, or even just my own like I would say my own apprehension. I mean, at the time I started making this when I was working in UVI as a technician. And then
Right.
I left from UVI eventually in 2018 and went to Channel 12. And I remember working that job, and at that point I wanted to work for myself.
Yeah,
but, Yeah, but
this is it for me.
Exactly. But at the time, I myself, again, I wasn't necessarily as confident to leave my full-time job where I gain a secure paycheck to then to pursue my business. And I only making like sales here and there. I mean, I had one store under my belt at that time. I think I had probably like 2 stores under my belt at that time. And I was making individual sales here and there.
Right.
But 2019, when I did Mango Mele,
Right.
first time, that was the first
That
time.
was an eye opener for you.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, at the time, at that up until that point, the only like big change I was making from my my products was when I have to like restock a store or something. And I mean, even that was kind of up and down because I was having issues with the stores. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
and then you still have to break them off a commission.
No. Well, basically, I selling to them at a wholesale rate.
Right.
Check. So
now, okay.
Yeah,
so you don't even win, lose or draw. You get
I get paid. Yeah, I get
amount
paid.
of that.
But what I'm making from them really ain't nothing compared to what I would make if I was to sell that quantity on my own.
On your own,
right. The only thing
right.
is that I'm selling that quantity on my own frequently.
Ah.
So yeah, I'm making sales. You know what I mean? But where I could have make $20 off a one jar, I have to sell it to them for like a fraction of that day.
Right. Yeah. So you would always like suggest or recommend to other entrepreneurs that go through it yourself. How you feel about that?
I would say you gotta figure out what works for you and your business.
Right.
Honestly, I would always I would encourage entrepreneurs really, yes, to do for yourself, because you definitely gonna make more. Meaning like market it on your own.
Right.
You know what I mean? And promote it more on your own. And if you have to like put it in a store and make sure the arrangement is to your benefit and not just that of
because
the
there will be some there will be some rough days.
Yeah, not just rough days, but you're gonna have rough people. You know what I mean? You're gonna get people who gonna try to win over you.
Man,
and you're gonna lose a lot, but you're gonna learn a lot too.
So what keeps you going, since you say you lose a lot?
Well, I won't say I lose a lot, but I had my share of like challenges.
Right.
But what keeps me going is the sense of like freedom and fulfillment that I gain from pursuing my own business. Because one is, like I said, it's freedom, so I don't have to get up and punch nobody clock. Right, I move on my own time and my own beat. Right now, granted, that don't mean I gain up 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You know what I mean? Some days maybe
you can,
but that's honestly that's very, very, very rare. That gotta be like You probably have to have Juve from 9 a.m. to like what 2 a.m. in the morning for me to sleep that long that I gonna get up 12 o'clock the following afternoon.
Right.
Most of the time by like 8 o'clock I up already.
Because like entrepreneurial mind, they always working. You know, the mind, especially the mind, because I catch myself, you know, going to sleep and then start to think back on the day and be like, oh yeah, I was supposed to do this, or yeah, I could do that there, and you know, you
Yeah,
always
and
working.
the sad part about that, I mean, it's a good thing and a bad thing, but you don't feel good relaxing. You feel like you're wasting time. Like
Right,
you
they
could
could
be
be doing
more
something else.
productive.
I thought, woof, this is a good thing we have in this podcast because I thought it was me alone. I'm telling you, sometimes I'll be sleeping and I wake up like 3 o'clock in the morning, and sometimes I don't go back to sleep.
Yeah.
And then I'm tired like 12 o'clock in the day. I'm midday. I'm tired. You know, because I'm up at 3, and I mean I can't, you know, stop doing what I'm doing until I finish the project I was working on.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
So what do you do for fun though?
What to do for fun? I
It's like
mean,
fun. What is that? Free time. What is that?
you check. I mean, to be honest with you, my life is fun. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like and when I say that, I don't mean like I ain't like I partying every day, but I
Living la
just
vida
mean like
loca.
just doing the things I do is fun. Is fun for me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Pushing my business, selling my products. You know, getting to sing whenever I do have a gig. Different things. My life right now revolves around everything that I love and I'm passionate about. So I mean, every day is fun for me.
That's definitely a blessing, man.
You know, and that is exactly why I say, like, for me, that's what keep pushing me, freedom and fulfillment, because I live in a life where I'm free to do the things that I love to do, and it brings me a sense of fulfillment. Well, like I said, whether I get to sing on a stage, I get to exercise, something that I like to do, or I get to sell my products and see the reaction that people have towards my products, and even see how my products have helped some people. You know what I mean? Yeah. So even like I do tarot readings too.
Oh wow, okay.
And it'd be amazing to me seeing how like you don't know somebody you won't know somebody from nowhere, but you could pull a random set of cards and the cards will actually be like relevant to whatever they're going through. Wow. You know what I mean? So and again, like I said, all of those things that I mentioned are things that I actually enjoy doing, and it's things that I do for a living.
You definitely. Yeah. What's one thing that you accomplished this year that you're very proud of? Well, you could name 3. We could go up to 3.
Well, for one, I would say, and you know, this might sound trivial to some people, but you know, having the confidence to come out and sell on the roadside, that was a major step for me, because you know, ego for me to some degree. You know, I've been part of the Emancipation Committee, the 175th Emancipation Committee. This would kind of consider to be like a lofty government thing, but in reality, I wasn't even getting paid for that. You know what I mean? But just being like around those individuals, you know, to come from that there to being like on the roadside selling, you know, some people might see that as kind of like
a downfall,
or a setback, but ultimately that was really like one of the best moves that I made for my business.
I mean, that's how it is. You gotta think for yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what you deal with on a regular basis, and I too was in a same boat, Akeem. I for a while when I had given up the store, or I was supposed to give up the store, and I was like, what the hell I gonna do? How I coming from, you know, owning a nice store, you know, that prestige and that look, and it's like now I back to roadside, but turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's really a vibe where you just have to keep going, whether you like it or not. That's the one bad thing. It's good and a bad thing. It could be a double-edged sword, where entrepreneurs, you have to do it. They're like, oh, what if it don't work? Okay, well, we just figure out a different way, you know?
Yeah.
More pivoting than stopping.
Yeah.
You understand?
For sure.
It is definitely something that if you want it that bad, you have to keep going. And you mentioned setbacks and failures to be more specific. And do you ever get depressed, and how do you deal with depression?
To be honest with you, I kind of struggle with depression. And when I say struggle with depression, I don't mean it in the sense as I am depressed, but I struggle with feeling depressed. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Like I won't say that I don't know what's depression. I won't say that, but I can't really identify with that feeling
You don't
because
allow yourself to get there.
ain't even so much that I don't allow myself. I just don't live a life that really allows for depression to exist. Because like I said, every day of my life is kind of like revolved around things that I actually
You love to
enjoy
do
doing.
so that
You
helps
check?
you
Yeah, so it helped me to
free your
kind of
mind.
exactly.
Man. What would be some advice? No, not I like before we get into that. How did you get into what you're doing right now with Vibes Natural? How did you
Oh,
get
okay, all
into
right.
that? Yeah, let me focus on
yeah,
let me focus on that.
yeah, yeah,
How
yeah.
did how did you get into doing Vibes Natural?
Well, everything really I gotta say is God. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's why the product name God Butter. I can't even take credit for that. It's a girlfriend that I was dating at the time, a girl I was dating when I was making the product. She was
Right.
like, "Oh, you should call this God Butter," and I was like, "That's kind of pretentious," you know,
Yeah,
you
you
know.
feeling a little high and
Yeah,
mighty?
yeah, you check, you
Yeah,
check,
right,
but
right.
you know what I mean. I said, "Well, you know what? Me got a better name, so let's go with it."
Go with it,
You know
go
what
with
I
it. Well,
mean? And
thank you very
you
much.
check, and hey, doing the work of God, so I can't complain. But honestly, how I get into this here, right, is I don't remember specifically what was sent me in that part in the first place, but I remember I had an interest in making like branching off and using like commercial deodorant.
Right.
Because a lot of the commercial deodorant is aluminum based, and a lot of research show that like aluminum is associated with cancer, with like
Oh
breast
wow,
cancer
I
and
didn't
so on.
even. Well, you see now you enter it, so you go ahead.
You check. So I said, well, okay, well, I know this, since this is shown to be like a hazard, a potential hazard, and at that time
Right.
I was using degree. So I started to like look into it, and I see that I think I can't remember the actual like chemical, but it is
Hmm.
aluminum is a active ingredient in most like commercial deodorant. So I said, well, okay,
Right.
let me why well, if you think about it, we as humans, and we all sweat, but like why we can't like make our own clothes, why we can't make our own hair products or our own deodorant and
Yeah,
stuff like that. So I said, well, I don't know what it is possessed me, but something tell me, let me try and experiment with my
yeah,
own
yeah,
deodorant.
yeah.
So I did some research, managed to come up with my own deodorant, and I actually started making deodorant and selling deodorant. You know
Nice.
what I mean? But it wasn't like, it was like I said, it was just like a play. I don't want to say play, but it was just a kind of like, I made something, let somebody try it, they like it, oh, you should sell it, that kind of way. So
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
did
yeah, yeah. It
one
created
thing,
demand. It
yeah,
created demand.
something like that, something like that. But I was pushed by other people to kind of put what I
I
made
mean,
out there
at
for
the end of the
sale.
day, as a bit, that's a business right there.
Yeah.
You know, the demand is there. You create the supply. You
Mm-hmm.
come up with the supplies, and you push the product out
Yeah,
there. You understand?
that would create the demand. Yeah.
Oh,
But
okay.
from there, I end up like I had a teacher in UVI. Well, he wasn't my teacher, but he was a teacher in
Right,
UVI
right,
when I
right.
was working in UVI, and me and he end up like talking and becoming friends really. So we used to talk every day, and I start to tell you about me making like natural deodorant and stuff like that, and he was like, well, if you're making deodorants, maybe you should experiment, or you're making natural products, you should experiment with shea butter, see what you can make. And he
Mm.
buy me a pound of shea butter a day and come to the library and give me and say, here, try to go home and do something with that. The day I went home and I did some kind of like research and experiment. I made a prototype, let's say.
Right,
And from there, but when I made that initially, it was, I mix it with like a lotion, you know what I
right.
mean? So then I said, well, when somebody tried it and they were like, wow, this is nice, you should try selling this. Same person, you should try selling this. So I was
Right.
like, well, if I gonna sell this, yeah, I really would want to do it where I ain't using nobody else product
Right,
to
right,
make it.
100% yours.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So then
yeah,
I
yeah.
started doing more research and more experimentation, and lo and behold, I came up with God Butter, and the rest is history from there.
Wow, wow. Do you have like a famous quote that you live by from? It could be something you made up, or someone that has a quote that you live by.
Um, I guess I would say two. Nothing
Okay.
worth having come without sacrifice.
Uh,
That's one. And then success is just a series of small victories.
so I like that one. I
Yeah.
like that one more. That one because a lot of times as entrepreneurs we don't get the outcome that we want, initially, but there are still some victories, like a small step.
Yeah.
It's not the big step, giant step to finalizing everything, but there's a step forward in the right direction.
Exactly. Not only that, but like you might have an ambition to build a house, right?
Right.
But before you build a house, you gotta dig the foundation. You gotta lay the bricks. You gotta lay the pipe. You gotta run the wires. You know what I mean? It's so many different steps to actually gain the house that you want. You know what I mean?
Right.
It ain't like you gonna just snap your fingers and the house.
And the house gonna build it tomorrow.
Exactly.
I hate that saying when they say Rome wasn't built in a day, but it really wasn't.
It's basically
and it's
the
the same. It's the same thing. So, real quick, what advice would you give to someone who is trying to follow your footsteps, whether it be just Vibes natural or entrepreneurial route?
Well, so as a advice man,
Yes.
you've been coming and asking me for advice one time I in school, right? So it's hard for me to say any one thing, but if I had to say one thing, right? If you want to pursue a business, make sure that business is something that you actually passionate about. Right? I mean, of course, you want to make sure that it's something in demand, right?
But
at the same time, make sure that it's something that you're passionate about.
Why
is
Thank
because you are your brand, right? And if you ain't passionate about it, if you don't seem like you like what you're doing or you like what you're selling, you check, nobody ain't gonna want to support it, right? if you like what you're doing, if there might not be a demand for it, but because you like it and you look like you having fun doing it, people gonna want
That's true, because I never see nobody buy from somebody who has the face push up and not a pleasant mood. You know what I'm saying?
If you ain't enjoying playing something, if you on stage and you ain't enjoying what you playing, you think they gonna dance or they gonna enjoy
that? Man, you hit the nail on the head. I definitely agree with you 1000%. Man, Akeem, I want to thank you for coming on the show, being a part of the podcast series. I want you to give a quick shout out, and then what you gonna do after you done say what you give a shout out, you gonna say remember to like and subscribe to Legion Mind in Motion. So go ahead, Akeem, give your shout out.
Well, first off, I want to big up Vibes Natural Products.
Aye.
Make sure you go and check us out on Facebook, also on Instagram. You could check out my Etsy page as well. And check me out. If you can't find the Facebook page, check out my page, Akeem Jayut McIntosh on Facebook. Hit me up and we could chop it up, we could organize deliveries and orders and stuff of that nature. Make sure you like and subscribe. Legion Mind in Motion.
We out, man. Easy.
Yes, sir.
Put your phone on vibrate.
Vibrate.
Different cultures.
Check.
All right, good to go.